Ever feel like you're just hardwired for certain habits and you can't break free? For the longest time, the thinking was that our brains were pretty much set in stone after childhood. Well, it turns out that whole idea is a myth. Today, we're diving into the incredible science that proves you can actively reshape your own brain at any age.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to tackle why those bad habits can feel so ridiculously unbreakable. Then we'll introduce you to your brain's hidden superpower for change and the amazing Miracle-Gro molecule that fuels it. We'll also get real about the forces that work against us and then wrap it all up with a practical toolkit to help you start rewriting your own brain's code. All right, let's dive in, and let's start with a feeling I'm pretty sure we've all had. That frustrating sense of being stuck in a rut, just running the same old patterns over and over again. Yeah, we've all been there, right? You decide you're gonna make a change, you're all motivated, and then it feels like your own brain is conspiring against you, pulling you right back to square one. Well, it's not just in your head. There's a very real, very powerful neurological reason for that struggle. It all comes down to something called the habit loop. Every single habit you have, good or bad, is built on this simple three-part pattern. There's a cue, the trigger, which leads to a routine, the actual behavior, and that gives you a reward, that little hit of satisfaction. This loop is what makes habits feel so completely automatic. And the part of your brain running this whole show? It's a region called the basal ganglia. See, when you first learn something, your prefrontal cortex is working overtime. But once you repeat it enough, the basal ganglia takes over and puts that task on autopilot. Now, this is great for saving mental energy, but it's also exactly why a bad habit is so tough to break. But here's where the story gets really, really good. Your brain has a built-in superpower designed to override that autopilot. So let's meet the hero of our story, neuroplasticity. So what is neuroplasticity? Simply put, it's your brain's incredible ability to change. And I want you to really let this sink in. Every single time you learn something new, you are literally, physically altering the structure of your brain. That's not some feel-good metaphor. That is pure biology. It is the engine of all learning, all growth, all change. So, how does this actually happen? Well, it breaks down into two main types. You've got structural plasticity, which is like the heavy-duty construction work, physically creating new connections between neurons or pruning old ones away. And then there's functional plasticity. This one's a bit more subtle. It's about changing the strength of the existing connections, kind of like adjusting the volume knob on a synapse. You need both for your brain to truly adapt. So if neuroplasticity is the superpower, what fuels it? What makes it all possible? Well, it turns out there's a key molecule that acts like fertilizer for your brain's growth. Meet your brain's best friend, Brain-Derived Neurotrophic Factor. Yeah, that's a mouthful, so we'll just call it BDNF. This protein is, and I'm not exaggerating, basically Miracle-Gro for your neurons. It literally helps them grow, survive, and forge those new connections that are the very foundation of learning and memory. Okay, so what we're looking at here might seem complicated, but the idea is actually pretty simple. When that BDNF protein latches onto a neuron, it's like a key turning in a lock. It sets off this whole chain reaction inside the cell that sends a very direct order: grow, survive, and build stronger connections with your neighbors. This is the biological engine of neuroplasticity at work, right here. So what's the bottom line here? BDNF is a total powerhouse. It keeps our neurons alive and healthy, it strengthens their connections for long-term memory, it encourages more complex wiring, and it even helps create branding neurons. It is absolutely essential for a healthy, flexible brain. Okay, so this all sounds amazing, right? Our brains can change, but if that's true, why does it feel so hard sometimes? Well, the truth is, there are some pretty powerful forces out there that can weaken our brain's natural plasticity. Let's take a look at what gets in our way. And yeah, as this quote points out, aging is a factor. It's just a fact of life that our brain's capacity for change can slow down a bit as we get older. But, and this is a huge but, age is just one part of the story. And a lot of the other factors are completely within our control. Our lifestyle? It plays a massive role. What you're seeing here is how something like a diet high in processed fats can kick off a chain reaction of inflammation that travels from your gut right up to your brain. This kind of disruption directly damages the delicate networks that make plasticity possible. And then there's the big one, chronic stress. The research on this is crystal clear. Being under stress for long periods of time directly lowers the levels of our precious brain fertilizer, BDNF, and it hits hardest in the hippocampus, which is the brain's command center for learning and memory.
All right, enough with the doom and gloom. Let's talk about the good stuff, the empowering stuff. We are not helpless here. Let's dive into the actionable toolkit that science has given us for boosting your brain's natural power to change. And here is the absolute best news of all. You are not just a passenger on this ride. You are in the driver's seat. Your daily actions can directly and significantly boost your brain's amazing ability to change and grow. And it doesn't matter how old you are. You want proof? Like actual visible proof? Just look at this. These are real brain scans. On the left, you see the brain's motor cortex at the start. On the right, that's the same brain after learning a new motor skill. You can literally see the brain has reorganized itself. The area dedicated to that muscle got bigger. That is neuroplasticity in action. You're looking right at it.
So you want to get these kinds of results for yourself? How do we do it? Well, the science gives us a pretty clear roadmap. Getting your heart rate up with aerobic exercise is one of the best things you can do. Challenging your body with new skills, like we just saw. Cleaning up your diet, spending time in nature, connecting with other people, and keeping your mind engaged, it all adds up to a powerful recipe for a healthier, more plastic brain.
Okay, so let's tie all of this together. We're gonna bring it full circle, right back to where we started, that frustrating struggle with our habits. This right here, this is the big mindset shift. For so long, we've treated changing a habit like it's a battle of willpower, like it's us versus our brain. But what if it's not a fight at all? What if it's a collaboration? It's about working with your brain's incredible natural talent for rewiring itself.
And this quote from neuroscientist Nancy Michael just nails it. It takes intention to decide what you want to change. It takes attention to notice the cues and rewards in your habit loop. And it takes persistence to keep practicing the new behavior until it becomes your brain's new preferred autopilot.
So when you get right down to it, the science is undeniable. Your brain isn't this fixed, static thing. It's this incredible, dynamic, living network that is ready and waiting for your instructions. The only question left is, what are you going to tell it to do next?